Good evening, folks. How are you doing? My name's Tim McGowan, and I used to run streams here as sort of a... I'm back! Hey, wow, right away there. Blue Banana, how you doing? Yeah, I'm back. This is kind of a rando stream. I've missed doing it. I used to get a lot of sort of like, daily relaxation and enjoyment out of streaming, but it's... Suffice to say, it's time consuming, and I've had some other stuff to do, but I missed it. I missed it a lot. How have you been? Hope you're doing well. So yeah, just gonna play some 76 tonight. Just chat a little bit, have some fun. I'm actually doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. No, things have I know I was streaming during the pandemic and stuff, but it still feels right to reference it this way. Just say it's been a hell of a 2 years. And it feels like we're just now starting to come out of it a little bit, even though there's still just all this stuff going on. Anyway, it comes down to, I want to relax tonight. I've been really, really, really diligent about, setting goals and doing all these things I want to do, but man, you gotta relax sometimes. So I do want to get back into streaming. I'm finally at a point where I'm feeling better and thinking I may want to develop some more software tools around streaming. So I've been doing some research on technology and architecture and all that. That's kind of what I do for a living anyway. Thinking about what I might want to build. And if I do, though, I'm probably not going to do it on this channel. I keep flip-flopping there, but, so sue me. I'm fickle. Looking at reviving the character that I used to stream under named 10 Ton Noggin, mainly because there were certain things about it that were more fun. I had, in the days before the term VTuber was coined, I had a little face tracking avatar that I used on the stream. I built some tools for doing like voice recognition so I could have like fun things pop up on the screen during the stream. Anyway, there was a lot of stuff that I was kind of building on that I then just abandoned all at once. So if I do get back into streaming, I'll probably do that. But anyway, that's all maybe kind of like it sounds fun, but we'll see if it happens. For tonight, let's just play some Fallout. So, I think first things first, I'll get set up to go out. Every time I shut down the game, I actually role play in the game, so I put my character away properly, which means she's got to go and get her armor on and all that, or else I'm going to get killed really quickly. So one of the other reasons I stopped playing was, before I actually get some kind of content violation here, I'm going to go to the music. And I'm just going to stop that cold turkey. Go back into the game. I love that music. I haven't found a lot of license-free music to use on the stream, so when I've played, that's a Boards of Canada song. When I played their stuff before, I usually get a little bit of a warning on the video and I can't monetize it. I don't monetize them anyway, so I don't really, what do I care? Alright, let's get dressed. We got the Under Armour. We got the Over Armor. We're going to do the leather outfit. Oh, the backpack. Whoop, jetpack. And helmet. This is a new camp I built. I have like 4 camps now. They created that thing where you could buy new camp slots for some ungodly amount of money, and I went ahead and did it twice. So I now have 3 times. Jeez. So I now have 4 camp locations instead of the 1. This one is kind of near the spot in the game where you start. You can look over there and see the old Slocum Joe's. It's been shut down. Got a little bit of a storefront out here. Just the one, since they don't make you put merchandise in separate machines anymore. Anything you put in one machine shows up in all the others. It's just got the one machine. We're open for business. Still how I make my traveling money. You go up here, and like I was showing earlier, it's suburbia up here. Picket fences, chicken mailbox. Saturday for you. Yeah, it's actually pretty close to Saturday for me, too. And I'm at the edge of the world as far as time... Well, not the edge of the world, but pretty close to the edge of the world as far as time goes. West Coast U.S. There are other places out there that I think further along than us, but there aren't that many. Further behind than us, that is. But anyway, yeah, little suburban home. But for you, if I remember right, it's probably well into Saturday. We're not talking like after midnight Saturday. We're talking it's probably Saturday during the daytime for you, if I remember correctly. We got the Cookie Monster carpet in here. Anyway, it's, you know, again, it's made to look like sort of a suburban nightmare, where it's like the wood panel walls. This looks very much like one of the places I lived in growing up, where you got, for some reason in the 70s, South Australia. Yeah, that's right. I remember that. I remember something about a lot of dogs, if I remember correctly. But yeah, so we had this like in our bedroom, and that where they had half panel walls. You did the wood paneling part of the way and then paint the rest. And I don't know who did that, but it makes me feel like home. Got the little cafe going in here, cafe kitchen. Let's go and see what the goals for the day are. That's going to be what drives what I do. Is we're going to look to see what I need to do to make some progress on the scoreboard. And a couple things that are a little different than when I played before. One of them is I'm not actually hoping to finish the season. 419, okay. Wow, really? Okay. Yeah, a lot further ahead. Even more than I would have guessed. So yeah, I'm not looking to finish the scoreboard. And when I say scoreboard, if you've never seen it, you know, in Fallout 76, you've got the seasonal, like, here are all the prizes you get for devoting all your time and attention to the game. And I've actually made it pretty far, just kind of keeping it casual. I doubt I'm going to get all the way to the end, and I'm totally fine with that. I'll tell you, that's one of the other reasons I stopped streaming for a while. I burnt myself out really, really bad playing this game. I set a goal of finishing the season, and it took a total of about 120 hours total. And it was 120 hours, maybe the first 80 or so of which, at the outside, was fun. And after that, it was all just grueling. It was just mind-numbing. It made me absolutely hate the game for a while. I could not look at it. What am I doing with all this stuff? Where did that come from? I don't know, but we'll go ahead and scrap it. All right. So I marked things. I didn't really pay attention. We've got to pick locks. 3 locks? Really? Holy cow. Okay. Crafting ammo, we'll go downstairs and do that. That'll be on the tour of the rest of the place. The 120 hours, yeah, it's an awful lot of time. And like, you can get through it faster if you sort of enslave yourself to the game even more and do things like, I typically don't do the daily ops. I just haven't enjoyed them that much. I'll probably start trying them out just to try something new. Not tonight, though. I kind of want to kick back a little bit. So I've got complete an event while in a group, so we'll join a team, complete an event. We'll kill 2 birds with 1 stone there. Collect caps, that's easy. Complete an event, that's a weekly goal. Glowing creatures, we'll see if we can finish that one up too. So yeah, 120 hours. And at the end of it, like I said, not only did I kind of look at what I had, and I'm like, a lot of the stuff that they give you as prizes for building your camp is broken. It just doesn't work quite right, you know, or it has really limited use. And, you know, looking at what I got out of the whole thing and how much time went into it and what it was doing to the rest of my schedule, it's like, So I spent a lot of time looking for a different game to play. Let's go downstairs and make some ammo here while I'm talking. Looked around. There are certain things about this game that I really do love. I love the modern setting. I'm not a fan of sword and sorcery fantasy, medieval fantasy, that kind of thing. And so many games are based around that. I'm not a military sort of fan. I'm not really into army games and that. You know, it starts to kind of limit what you can really do in a game at that point. So I looked around. far and wide for a different game to try streaming, something to get into. Honestly, didn't find anything else. There are a couple games on the horizon I'm looking forward to playing. I still don't think they'll really check all the same boxes that this game does. How's my writing? Thanks for asking. It's actually going a lot better than it was before. Still not nearly as fast as I would like. Like, I don't know if I'll ever finish what I'm working on. It's important enough to me that I'm doing it anyway. And that's a good thing to realize. Like, if you're pursuing something, whatever it is, you want to learn guitar, you want to, I don't know what, pick a hobby or a career, whatever it is, and you decide you want to do that, and you're going to do it even when it doesn't feel great, or you're going to do it because you've got some goal in mind. You're going to stick to that. I'm glad to have the clarity to stick to that goal and to hammer on it. And it's been productive. It's helped. I've learned some things in the last 3 months or so that have really helped focus it. And so it's going better than it was before. I've probably only got 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 or 7 chapters in the book written, and that's not a lot of it. That's still kind of in the first part of the book. But I'll say this too. I liked what I've written. Everyone goes through that thing where you make something. And again, it doesn't matter if it's music or art or whatever. I think most creators go through this phase where they make something and they look at it and they go, ugh, it's garbage. And they there's a lot of loathing that goes on in the process. That still happens. But once I work through that, what I get to stick on the page, the thing that lasts over time, I'm pretty happy with the way it's going. So, but yeah, thanks for asking. I appreciate that. Let's see, what kind of ammo will we make? I don't really use that many different kinds these days. Let's do just one of these. And that took care of that. That on, we'll share a bloody mess. And since some of the goals have to do with the team, let's go ahead and join the team. Whoops, did not mean to do that. Oh, yeah, we got the next thing. What do we get? Scrap kits. Those can be handy. All right, now let's go look at social, see if there are any teams. Full, casual, join. Sure, why not? We're going to join Fur76. You've joined a team. And now the pessimist in me thinks, okay, now that I've joined the team, they're going to boot me right away because they don't like the skill. They don't like the perk I shared. It happens sometimes. Pretty rarely, but it does happen. Complete an event while in a group. What kind of events do we have going on right now? And they left. Well, they didn't boot me, but yeah, they didn't. That didn't last long. Oh well. I've got breach and clear. I'm going to wait till someone else joins the team to do that. I don't think it's going to count if I just run off and do that on my own. Instead, let's take a look at this weekly one. Let's do the kill a glowing creature. And there are a couple pretty reliable spots you can go to find those. Let's go here. Well, that's weird. Why am I not fast traveling right away? Something getting ready to attack me outside? There we go. Yeah, when I started the stream again on this, you look like a glowing thing. You're just legendary, aren't you? Yeah, you're a legendary giant ant. Wow. Nope. Stay back. There we go. It's an ant with a wrench. Now we got flies. Oh, missed one. Now the truck's gonna blow up. Okay, let's go in here. Look for that glowing death claw. Probably come up out of the ground here. Hello? There's something... Oh, I thought there was something glowing down under there. Looks like someone else may have already got him. Alright, where else can we go? We can go to... Yeah, the White Spring. A couple glowing duels down there that we can go look up. What's up with the fast travel? It's taking so long every time. No, it's been a good couple weeks here. We started call it a house project last year where we were going to get everything reorganized and I was going to have a place to work. And it took, like, we started on it, it went on for months. Then we had to stop. We just had to stop. And we kind of lived in a disaster for the rest of the year. Where we finally just about wrapped it up last week. So I've just about got my office workshop, whatever you want to call it, set up where I can work on whether it's writing or keyboards or tinkering with vintage tech or typewriters or, you know, any of this stuff. I am really looking forward to being able to use that. And I want to get in there because it's about to heat up here. We just had our first, and this is not a hot day in a lot of places in the world, I understand. But we had our first, like, 70, 80 degree day. Fahrenheit. What is that Celsius? I can't do math and walk in this game, unfortunately. So you subtract 32, let's say it was 82, that's down to 50, times 5/9. I'm going to say it was between 25, 27 degrees Celsius, somewhere around there. I've probably done the math wrong. I wouldn't trust my math like that. But anyway, it's starting to warm up. And I don't deal with the heat real well, and that's one thing I do not have out in the area. I'm going to be, woo, that was close. Something I don't have out in the area I'm going to be working in is any kind of air conditioning or anything to cool off. So there he is. Hold still, old man. Whoa. Ooh, you're a tough one. Oh, boy, they're all coming. Parts everywhere. It's one of the reasons I love this gun. Call me silly, whatever, but whoop. Nope. Haha. Oh, now you're running. Now you're running away. There you go. Thank you, sir. Only thing is, you gotta be super careful about the White Springs robots. You get anywhere near them, especially this thing, the reason it looks the way it does, it has exploding ammo. You get just a little too close to the White Springs guys, and suddenly the entire place is after you. Whoops. Okay. Alright, we got the one guy. Switch weapons here. Really? Oh well. I don't want to get the robots after me. Not because they're especially tough. They're just a nuisance. There we go. There we got one. For the rest of the glowing ones, I think I know where to go. Yep, right over there. There's always a couple glowing radstag down here. And there's that goal met. All right. 1,000 more points. Ooh, I'm low on that ammo. That's what I should have made more of. Although you don't make very much of that typically, so. Alright, now what? Complete an event while in a group. Well, I need a group. Have any other groups emptied out? Do we have casual, exploration, casual? Nope. It's just me. What is the bonus in exploration? Bond forms over time. Like if I wanted to make a new team and I look at exploration, what do I get? Endurance. No thanks. We'll wait. We'll just wait for... Woo! There he goes. Wait for someone to either join the... Oh, just like that. Okay, event time. Let's do that before they decide to leave. Anything. Well, not anything. There are a lot of events that take way too long. What is that one? That's a... Ooh, that sounds awful, but let's do it. A bear horde? I've never seen that. I've never actually seen a horde of bears in this game. And there it's making me wait to travel again. What the heck? Bugs. But yeah, so I got 4 camps because one of them is set up to harvest acid, which is required for making gunpowder, and I was going through a lot. One of them is set up for harvesting aluminum, which I also need for ammo, and is hard to find otherwise. Oh, I'm in the spot with the boss already. He's right up there. Come on, get back, do your thing. You're not the boss, but I think I want to thin the herd a little before I go up and try to take care of it. 1. Wah! Out of there. What's the fastest way to farm gold for T65 pieces of armor? My apologies. I don't know offhand. I've never done that. I'm not exactly sure. If I were looking for gold, what would I do? There are a couple events where you can actually get... There are actually a lot of events where you can get gold ore. I would look on the map for somewhere where I could set up a camp where I would harvest gold at the same time. Whoop, woo! Boy, they move quick. You can't step down ledges. It's funny, this is actually kind of a safe spot. They don't like coming down, just that even that little teeny ledge there. I would look to see which of the workshops actually have gold, not gold mines, but you know what I mean, like points where you can harvest gold. These are all things I've done no matter what the material I've needed. These have been good ways to get it. Like when I need oil, you look on the map, there's a workshop down here. Really easy one. The Wade Airport. Notice it says 3 oil. You can get, and he still takes a long time to harvest oil, but still you can get all 3 of those going. You can find an oil seep and park your camp there. For oil in particular, you can also go after Grafton monsters. There are at least 3 on the map, typically, and you can just kind of get them over and over again. I'm trying to remember. There are some creatures that tend to drop gold. And I'm blanking on which ones they are. Okay, I'm just going to have to go up the hill and risk getting torn apart by bears here. I actually want to do this. Got plenty of ammo. Let's make sure that... Full... Nope. Okay. Oh, thirsty. Oh, since I'm doing all this, I may as well do the brain fungus soup, the cranberry cobbler, some cranberry juice. We got the mentats. and that's that. All those things I just did add experience or intelligence, which indirectly adds experience. Oh, hey, where'd he go? Where are you going, bub? Am I anywhere near them? No. Normally I'm a pretty good shot with that thing. Something about that angle is throwing me off. They're just leaving like, whatever, dude. Nope. Switch guns. Your meat. You're probably going to get a hit in on me. Ouch. Yep, knew it. Okay. Woo! Almost. Almost. There we go. Which one of you is the boss? I can do this all day, guys. Oh, I think I got him. Okay. And we are having bear for dinner. Let's get all that. New feature they added, although right now it's bugging out. It's not working right. They have this thing now where you can... Oh, hey, thanks. Appreciate the follow. I always forget I have that set up and it scares the hell out of me for a second whenever that pops up. But yeah, thank you again. I appreciate it. Always glad to have new followers. I didn't even get the boss yet. I don't even know what I did there to earn the points. He just sent all his cronies, his troops, his goons. Are there more? Holy crud, how many bears were in the horde? Okay, I'm about to get bear smacked again. Oh, man. So this gun is actually really good for this sort of thing. It's a vampiric mini-dun. Vampiric mini-dun. Losing concentration here. Which means that it's basically a exploding stim pack. So I'm healing as I'm shooting them, which is really important considering how much I'm getting smacked around. Nope. Stay back. And you're done. Finally, this guy. We did it. Now we did it. Now we're done. Look at all the stuff. Cool. Lots and lots and lots of goals met right there. The collecting calves, we'll do that one next. That's going to be a really easy one. First, let's see what we got here. Yep, scrap that. Scrap that. Hey, cool. Still level 300 and what? Still learning new plans. Let's see if there's anything else we gotta drop off. Let's drop off the legendaries I picked up. So I don't have a lot of spare carry weight on this character. So I cannot just carry stuff around that I don't absolutely need. Oh, I'm weeping sores. Well, I happen to have a disease cure. I'll use that too. Go back to food and drink to see if there's anything else I want to offload. We don't need that. We'll get rid of that. Aid. Don't need that right now. Buffo, the day tripper. I've got to go. I made up a price list of for all the chems and stuff that I sell, and I lost it. I got to go back and like take everything out of the machine, put it back in, and make sure the pricing is consistent. And again, just I get people stopping by pretty routinely. Do some shopping. Psychotats, those usually sell for quite a bit. I heard from someone, I don't make a ton of things. Like I make my own berry mentats. Those boost your intelligence a ton. You know, see there in the stats. Whoops, well you did. They boost your intelligence by 5 points. Like if you're looking to level up quickly, or get that repeated 100-point bonus on the scoreboard by gaining experience, you need lots of ways to boost your intelligence. Berry mentats are a really easy way to do that. I mean, they give you a huge jump. Plus, they let you see living things through walls. Like, you know, for going into combat, whatever. Yeah, they're awesome. They're one of my favorite drugs in the game. Don't use a lot of the other ones, but apparently Psychotats are one of the only ones that they don't actually have a recipe for. You can't make them on your own. So people who like using them are willing to pay quite a bit for them. Got tons of plans to sell. Nothing very like original or rare. What original? Like original plans. Not going to happen. Nothing very rare. But a lot of good basics. And given where my camp is, I get a lot of noobs. Let's go ahead and make some more ammo too. Swap out the build here for a moment. Put on Super Duper. Put on Ammo Smith. We're good. Go to explosive ammo, and we'll do 5 of those. One more. It's a basic weapon. What's my favorite gun in Fallout? That's a tough one, honestly. If I were saying Fallout 4, there were actually two guns in particular, and one of them was just a really simple 10mm pistol with enough, like, it was a legendary. I can't remember exactly what modifications it had, but it had like a silencer and stuff. I'm telling you, that thing was just brutal. Love that thing. And the little click sound it made when you used it was really, really satisfying to use. And so that was my sort of like something came up on you really close. Your short range weapon was that pistol. Really abundant ammo. Nice little gun. And then the other one in Fallout 4 was actually a what do they call it? The railgun. The what do they call that here? Gauss rifle. Gauss rifle with, again, a bunch of modifications and like sneak bonuses and this kind of thing, where you could do an insane amount of damage at an incredibly long range, like far, far away. So you could sneak up on a behemoth and take him out in usually one shot, maybe two. But yeah, really, really fun to use. In this game, it really varies quite a bit. Like I kind of have, day-to-day favorites, really. Like right now, the ones I have are kind of my favorite things. So if we go over to weapons, we've got Final Word, which is one you get for one of the... you get it for completing a sequence of quests for one of the allies in the game. So you befriend this person, you invite them to your camp, they send you out on all these missions. At the end of it, you get this, and you can modify it. You can actually, you can do some things to it to improve it a little bit. But between the really high fire rate, the extra damage that it does to Scorched, I modified it so it has an ultrasight receiver so that it does even more damage to Scorched. When you modify something to use ultrasight ammo, you now have to go and find radiated materials, right? You have to manufacture stable flux. So you have to get unstable flux from plants and that sort of thing, and then stabilize it at the chemistry workstation, and then make the ammo. But you make a lot more ammo all at once, and it does a lot more damage, so you're effectively spending less of it. So that one's awesome. The instigating heavy grenade launcher, where I can be really far away. I have perks like, I always want to say, I pronounce this Grenadier. I don't know if that's the way you say it. It was Grenadier or something, maybe? I don't know. But anyway, so you notice that they detonate with twice a radius. Plus I've got Demolition Expert, which means that the explosives do more damage. Those count, so far as I know. I always suspect I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure those count for that grenade launcher. So I can get really, again, really, really far back. This thing fires well, that's not it. Nope, that's not it either. This one fires an insane distance. So I can, well, okay, there's a tree in the way. But yeah, I can get really, really far away. And if I get the angle right, there, you can kind of see, it takes a while for it to get there. But I can be on one side of a town and hit the middle or the almost some of the smaller towns, all the way on the other side. And you get good at aiming with this thing. You kind of develop an intuition for the arc of the grenades. And so it's another one that when you actually land it, you get a series of concussive blasts, and you see the enemies panicking, and then their body parts flying. It's okay and weird. But anyway, no, it's a lot of fun to use. And the other one then, is the Vampire's high-speed minigun. Insane weapon. It's not going to be I know that people do special builds, bloodied builds. I've seen people with weapons, melee weapons, that can do more damage than anything I just talked about. I don't enjoy those as much. They're just not satisfying for me to use, personally. All the ones I've been talking about here, this one ends up acting almost like a fire hose. Once you actually kill something with it, the concussion in the exploding, because it not only is vampiric and high speed and these other things, it also has exploding ammo. So the net effect where you go in and you really start ripping things up, again, it's a lot of fun to use. So those are my current favorites. I have some other ones that I'm kind of saving aside. I'm going to play around and, I'm taking my time, basically, and I'll figure out what I want to make next. And since they allow you to make your own legendaries now, you can kind of roll the dice and make your own stuff. That can be a lot of fun. It takes a long time, as it should. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Something very satisfying about watching arms and legs just scattering everywhere. Whoa, who am I hitting? Oh, sorry, dude. May have killed a settler or something. That's not awesome. And I'm out of mentats again. Let's do the berry mentats. See if there's anyone else here. Microscope, random microscope out in the middle of nowhere. Multi-scope, whatever. Okay. And there's that thing where now you don't have to go to each individual corpse and pick up all the stuff. You can go to one and it'll let you pick up everything within a certain range all at once. Pretty generous feature, if you ask me. I'm glad it's there, though. Saves just a ton of time. And then, two, I don't want to walk the 10 feet or whatever it was back to my other one of these. It makes you a little more prone to grab absolutely everything, which is good to make sure that you have enough materials. When you first start the game, if you don't have the features that give you stuff like the scrap box and the other things that let you store lots and lots of materials, it's really easy to get in this mindset where you pick and choose about what you're going to take. I'll take this, do that. I don't want plastic, but I want lead. And no. It's a lot better if you can get to the point where you actually just collect everything, throw it in the scrap bin. Yeah, it just ends up saving you a lot of time later. Okay, let's check goals. We gotta level up. Pick a lock. That one's awful. And since I've got this, everyone has this one today. Let me focus on that one real quick, because there may be... Uh-oh. Who's doing something bad? Yeah, there's already someone right here. I'm willing to bet that the one down here's already gone, but I'll go look anyway. I don't have a big list of places with locks that I can just go to undo this. I thought of one the other day, and now it's gone again. Driving me nuts. And 3 of them in one day. It's always bad enough just finding one.
Chloe's my pet. Or maybe I'm hers. I'm not sure.
This one, I'm willing to bet, is already undone. Yep. Oh no, there really requires still 1. That surprises me. Let's see. Lock picking is here. We'll go ahead and just do a level 2 in case I find another one that's a level 2, so I don't have to swap that out. Hey, first try. There's one. Is there anything good here? Canned coffee, that's good. Purified water, imitation seafood. Yeah, why not? Oh, I didn't do my cooking. I didn't cook up all the bear I got. Let's find a place to go do that too. Don't want to let that go to waste. Actually, so I'll probably cook the bear. I'm not going to keep it all. We can actually just go sell that. That's how we'll make the, at least part of the 250 whatever caps that I need to earn today. And while I'm heading this way, there's a little, sometimes you can find a good supply of lead. Not a huge amount, but every little bit helps, so. Let's switch over to that. Turn on the lights. Oh, someone already killed the cockroach, so yeah, the lead's gone too. It's like every lead cache has a little bit of a tell. If you come into this room and the cockroach is dead, the lead's probably gone. Stupid mole rats are still here, of course. Run past them all, turn around. And we're done.
I know a guy who could fix that.
Fix what? Well, that looks nice. Wild Mongol. I don't use this gun much anymore. I keep it partially for the scope. But I've taken off all my rifle bonuses, so it really does not do a lot. It's down there. Oh, it's their cow. Let's not kill their cow. Let's see, what do we got here? Anything? Nope. Nothing there. Okay. Have anything good? Food, drink, nothing. Aid. Inert flux. Nope. Yeah, that stuff does not last long. Usually not worth putting in a vending machine. It will decompose before anyone gets a chance to get it. Oh, nice. Alright. Where else can I pick a lock? Where's going to... Oh no, we already did the event, right? I'm going to skip that for right now. This can be a good one. You can get one event right on top of the other, which is good for getting the weekly goal, but I'm just going to let that happen naturally day by day. We'll focus our time on the other ones that are limited to just today. Is that? Yeah, that's that one violent night. That can be a fun one. I might go do that. Yeah, let's go do that. Looks like someone from my team is there anyway. Alright, fault date. Yep, nope, nope, nope. Where's that thing? That one. There we go. It's my favorite thing to write about. It's funny, I don't have one thing. In terms of the kinds of stories I write, I try to write things that have a sense of mystery, kind of like if you remember when you were especially young, the first time you encountered something a little scary in the world. Maybe it was someplace like in the woods that just kind of creeped you out, or maybe it was an abandoned building, or just there was a place that gave you a sense of the heebie-jeebies, made you think, I don't know, maybe ghosts are real, right? That kind of weird sense of mystery or wonder. I like that kind of stuff. The kind of stuff that comes out of folklore. So I like including elements of that kind of thing in my stories. I like things that have a lot of emotion. I usually try to write things that have a little bit of an emotional twist in them. Yeah, guy. There we go. But within that, there's a lot of room. What I'll typically do, as much trouble as I'm having writing the novel, I can usually crank out a draft of a short story in one sitting. And all I need two things. I need an image, like a picture of something, and there's a lot of room there. Just a static image. It doesn't even have to be anything super fancy. Just a picture and then a piece of music. And I have a couple lists made up. Like I have, if you've ever been to the site unsplash.com, which is kind of like a free-to-use image site. Great material there. Tons and tons of really good stuff to use if you need that kind of things. If you need like free stock photo images that you can use in your own work and that. So I have a big list of things there that I've picked out. And they have a simple little API that you can use to pick a random image. So I'll do that. Then I'll just go to my playlist, like on Amazon, and hit random. Let it pick a song. Look at the image, let the song play, and magic happens. Like, I'll get an impression. I'll just start writing on the impression. And then the story just flows out of that. And the last couple stories I wrote were one about this area. It's these kids growing up in this kind of a backwoods area, and there's these tracks that run through the fields between their homes and where their school is, that for reasons that they don't quite understand, they're not willing to like step off the tracks going between school and home. And the story kind of centers on the case where there's one girl who ends up disappearing. And she kind of reappears to one of the people much later as they're grown up, and not without saying a whole lot more about the story, it has to do with like one of their friends coming to a realization about what was really going on with them at the time. It turns out that road is kind of a real thing. There's a place in... Are we doing this? Is it going? What are we doing? It just ended. Like it didn't even... You failed. It just went away. Alright. Well, that was fun. What's that? No. Another one was about, ended up doing a story, which is kind of a cliche theme, but it can be fun to write about. It was about the last person on Earth watching the other people who... So previously there are like maybe, 15 people remaining on Earth. 14 of them, all but one person, leave. They take off in some kind of rocket, and he's watching them go. He's watching the trail go up into the sky, and, it's a little bit of a reflection on what happened, how they got there. And towards the very end of the story, he looks up in time to see an explosion along the rocket's trail. And so he knows he's the only one there. And he's been kind of counting on this idea of using the radio at this observatory to stay in touch with the people who left. And now he can't. And I've done some kind of weird ones about, what? Back. Back, I say. I did one that was about a sort of a modern version of an old world. I don't know what to call it. It's tempting to call it a god or something, but that's not really it. But an old world something showing up at this place that's like a pop-up nightclub in the middle of a city. So it varies. You know. All depends on my mood. The main thing I'm writing is I'm not going to try to explain it too much, just because it's a little I guess I don't have my elevator pitch worked out very well. It involves more, let's say this, it involves more folklore. It involves characters with kind of like weird things happen. David Lynch's films and that kind of thing. I'm a huge fan. He'll do this sort of thing. Well, he'll have what is ostensibly a story about ordinary people in one sense, but then he allows really bizarre things to step into the story and happen, and he goes to no effort to try to rationalize or explain them. He just lets them be weird. You're extremely explosion resistant. Less so now. Nothing. So on the surface, the story I'm writing is basically about this kid who moves back to the town where he grew up, and it's a coming of age story. Straightforward. Behind the scenes, it uses elements of folklore from around the world and allows them to kind of come into the story in the background. So, like, one thing that happens in the background of the story is that the food of the gods gets loose in a small coastal town in California. But I never actually say that. It's never called the food of the gods. You're never told exactly what it is. It's just that there's this stuff in the story in a little bottle. It's clear and it's red and translucent. And when people smell it, it brings back specific memories for each person. And it smells like some combination of blood and smoke and earth. And when they drink it, it basically doesn't necessarily, like, sure, it like makes them well. It can cure disease. It can make them really strong. It can, make them feel lucid, clear-headed. But it also kind of removes their inhibitions about, it makes them their most unapologetic version of themselves. I am who I am, and get the hell out of my way. And that stuff coming into the story in the background becomes suffice to say, it affects a lot of people in the story. Kind of shows what's happening as people are becoming their, this sort of, like, unapologetic, maybe narcissistic, egotistical version of themselves. Still gotta pick more locks. Where can I pick more locks? Let's actually head up to the Red Rocket Station up here. So anyway, that technique I'm talking about in writing, where you allow something weird in it, like the food of the gods or whatever, but you never call it out. You're not, kind of by your own rules, you're not allowed to say, and then Bob found the food of the gods or whatever. It's never like that. Is a lot of fun. Like, how can I get across that this stuff is dangerous or weird or has this effect, or how do I do that without saying exactly what it is? And the reason for doing that, I thought I heard you coming along. Whoop. That's the thing about explosive weapons. You gotta watch where you're shooting them. When we hear stories from folklore, we gotta remember, like, to us, they're fantasy stories, right? They're stories about people who met ghosts or goblins or the fairy folk, or the good folk, or whatever you want to call them. They're these stories about really strange things happening. So to us, they fall right into fantasy. To the people who knew it as folklore, all those things are like real. That's part of their day-to-day experience. They didn't see that as something separate. When they talked about that, they weren't thinking about it as something like, oh yeah, it's kind of like that J.R.R. Tolkien story, The Lord of the Rings. It's a fantasy thing. No, they really would like move parts of their house to avoid having their house built where a ferry road might be. Right? It was very, very real to them. So when you write that way, you write in a way where you're letting these things into the story. One more point. But you don't describe them as fantasy related things. It kind of helps to create that same atmosphere. Does my wife give me some ideas? Kind of. So my wife is a published author. She writes women's Christian fiction, and she's published 4 novels? Yeah, 4 novels so far. And so she's a really good writer. She's been through it. She's been through the whole process, from creation and ideation to editing. And I'm really glad to say we have a really good, we can be really direct and honest with one another about ideas and that kind of thing, and without it getting in the way or causing problems. It's really, really nice. So I will have her occasionally read a chapter or something. Typically, we don't really feed one another ideas so much as we do just listen to one another and kind of give feedback on oh yeah, either I understand that, or ooh, I like that, or okay, yeah, no, I can kind of follow that idea, But yeah, most of the ideas come directly from real life somehow. A bunch of the stuff that happens in the main story I'm writing is based on stuff that it's like an altered version of something I either experienced, or it's based on the same pattern, or it's I think a lot of people do that. They make up something fake, but at the same time they're writing semi-autobiographically from their own life, their own experience. Like Stephen King, he has a book called On Writing. It's really, really good. And you look at what he writes and you're like, well, I would hope that wasn't real. You would hope he wasn't really writing from experience with that kind of stuff. But in a way, he was. He had some experiences growing up that really, really shaped him. Now, was it this sort of like vampires or monsters or creatures from outer, that clowns in the sewer, sort of? No, of course not. That's, they're fictionalized versions. But he was, for example, his babysitter overfed him one morning. He threw up all over himself. This is gross. Sorry if this is offensive to anyone, but it is what it is. Threw up all over himself, and she got upset and locked him in the closet for the rest of the day. When he was in college, he worked at a laundry for a surgery. And so he would get the stuff, all the dressings from people doing surgery. So they're covered in blood. He described finding surgical instruments, or at one point a complete set of human teeth in the laundry. He goes through a lot of experiences, and you can kind of see where he developed his sense of how things are and how people are and how awful people can be. And that ends up being sort of the root of a lot of his writing, right? So everyone does some version of that. I've got to pick one more lock. Where else can I go? Where else is going to have one? Think. Maybe. Oh, this place usually does. Apparently my character's very thirsty. So yeah, there's a one of the things I remember about, I was talking about a forest being a place that can be kind of creepier, can do that. And I grew up in an area that had a lot of like, I grew up around the redwoods, which is really awesome. But can also, forests can be really creepy places, especially when you live right next to the forest. When nighttime comes, they can be downright scary places, especially for kids. Dangerous places too, of course. Well, there was this one park where I actually went to preschool, and I have a lot of memories from that place. And I can remember there being these weird carvings in a tree. And I went back not too long ago and found out that the carvings are actually there, and they aren't as weird as I remember. It's always, childhood memories kind of get tweaked over time. But the point is, there are these faces carved into this one stump, among other things. And I recently saw someone did a report on them, and it turns out they were actually carved before I was ever born. They have been there for over 50 years now. Does my wife write? Yes, she does. She hasn't as much lately. In the last couple of years, she's kind of stepped away from it just a little bit, which I think sometimes you just need to do. Take a little break. But she does still want to write. She's kind of finding her way back into it, figuring out what she wants to write about. Doing some research, that sort of thing. And I expect she probably will write again. Well, let me ask you, do you write, or do you do music, or do you do anything like that? Music, acting, painting, drawing, illustration, pottery, dance. You have anything like that you do? I don't like it when their intestines are still talking when I find them. It's unnerving. It's a hard angle. Whoop! Looks like they're already gone. Sorry. Playing catch with their corpse over there. Okay. Still gotta take a drink, and I keep forgetting I still gotta go cook that bear or it's gonna rot. And I'm overburdened. Over encumbered. So yeah, if I manage to get this one story written and nothing else, I will be content with that. If I manage to figure out the writing thing and accelerate it a little bit so I can maybe get a couple ideas out, yeah, there are definitely a couple other things I'd like to do. Aw, Kissu left the team. I didn't even know Kissu was on the team. Who else is on the team? Piddly Widdly. Salty. No, we're not. No. Good old 10-10-9. Let's see. No explosives, no extra armor or anything. Yeah, I'll put that away for later. Do I have... You want to do boxing? No kidding. Oh, that's really cool. Love that idea. And do I have any kids? I have 2 grown kids. One of them just graduated high school last year. The other graduated college a couple years back. So So, yep. And I'm happy to say that, yeah, they're awesome people. We did along really well, and couldn't ask for better kids. I love them as my kids, but we also get along as people. And they're into cool stuff, and we can geek out together, and yeah, no, it's a good thing. That I'm not going to try. The ant? Sure, why not? It tastes like crab or something, right? And then bear ribs. Okay. So I think the last thing I have to do here is, yeah, level up and collect caps. And so let's go do that. We'll head up to... Which station do I want to go to? We'll go to this one because it has a tinkering bench, and I can do bulking if I need to. When do I think my book will be done? Honestly, I don't know. It could be a decade. I could die with it unfinished. I have no idea. It has taken 3 years, not 3 years, 2.5 years to get through to this point. Now, that said, the first two plus years was just figuring out the first parts of how do I write? What is my style? What is my voice? I still don't have that very well defined. But it was also figuring out the stuff like how do I even get words on the page that I don't instantly hate? Like how do I get through any of this really? That takes time. People who have been writing their whole life, who started on this sort of thing young, have the benefit, hopefully have the benefit of basically having worked through a lot of that early, and so that they go through a period earlier in their life where they're really kind of their peak productive period, where they're writing, you know, most of their stuff when they have a lot of energy, and you know what I mean, like things are just generally better there. I'm at the point where, you know, I'm starting to get a little more tired. I don't have as much energy. I have like anyone, I have a full-time job. That's one thing I never going to count on getting my primary income from writing. You just don't make a lot of money unless you hit the writing lottery like Stephen King, J.K. Rowling. You know, you can totally luck out. But it's like, it really is like winning the lottery. So don't count on that. I've heard of so many professional published writers who have to do other stuff to make a living. Like, I think it was Piers Anthony, this famous sci-fi writer, whose advice to other writers was like, don't quit your day job. Like, this might be okay for a little bit, and then it might be gone, and you're going to have to find some other way to make a living. But anyway, so, yeah, I'm just going to keep at it. I'm going to keep at it as long as it takes. And the work of doing it kind of has to be its own reward. It has to be rewarding in itself. Oh, I grabbed the wrong thing. Has to be rewarding in itself, because otherwise you can end up feeling like you absolutely wasted your time.
Now trading for supplies, ammunition.
As a side comment, I really appreciate all your questions. It's actually really nice of you to ask all this. Let's see. What are we going to sell here? None of that, none of that, none of that. Here we go. Let's sell. We're going to go ahead and sell the ant. We'll sell most of those. Sell that. How close are we? Then we'll go to the junk. Whoops, no, I don't want to buy anything. I'm going to sell. And there we go. Almost there. Oh, did I get it? Got it. All right. Got another move on the board. Okay. So wait a minute, I can hear that. Where's that landing? Someone probably doing the, yep. Now go kill Earl. Colossal problem. I don't feel very well set up for that one yet. I need to kind of revise my build a little bit so I can do that one more often. Alright. Let's see. Scoreboard. Already got that. Now we're getting the yellow Exo-1 paint. I don't think I have a set of Exo-1 armor. Yeah, so here's the thing. Looking ahead on the board, we've got this. This is good. The basics are good. That'll be good. Carry weight, booster. Sure, that's nice. I don't have a railway rifle, so this is kind of a like that's cute, but I probably won't use it. More carry weight booster. Really, right after that one? Okay. A silver chandelier. That will be handy. This is the real reason I'm going through the board. And so as far as I make it is as far as I make it, and that's fine. It's for all the stuff like this. The legendary script so that you can go buy more legendary modules so that you can then go and experiment and make more legendary weapons and armor. What I'm working on really, I think more than the weapons right now. If you look at my armor, I've got the Chameleon Jet Packed Secret Service chest piece, Exterminator Secret Service left leg. There's one of these. Let me find it. Poison resistance, intelligence. There we go. We all need someone to talk to. That is very, very true, isn't it? I tell you, that's been tough lately. So yeah, no, but anyway, yeah, thank you. So there's a left leg that boosts. I've got a intelligence boost boot, I guess. That's a charisma boost. What do we got here? Strength. And that. So I've only got one piece of armor that boosts my intelligence. I'm trying to get as many different things as I can that all boost. If I could make like a smart suit where every single piece offered some core bonus and boosted my intelligence, so I get a full 5 points additional out of that, that would be ideal. Right now my intelligence is... What is my intelligence? 24. So by using a bunch of things like the brain fungus soup and the mentats and I can get it up kind of to the mid-30s, around 35. You get a lot of experience at that point. Between that and then boosting my intelligence further, I could be going into... In fact, let's do that. I think that's one thing I've got to do left today is really the level up. So let me check my ammo. That's not my ammo. There we go. And we've got 150. That's fine. I think I'll yeah, I'm almost out of 5mm. Let's go get a bunch more of those. Many as I can anyway. I'm not sure how many I'll be able to make. Oh, I forgot to share the points when I was done last time. Whoops. Suppressor goes back on. Take off dodgy. Put on ammo smith. Okay. We'll make a bunch of 5mm ammo. 2, 3. Oh, I'll make as much as I can anyway. Good enough. Take a look now. We've got over 5,000. That should last. Take off Super Duper, put on Bloody Mesh, share that, take that off, put on Dodgy, and call that good. Alright. Off we go to West Tech. West Tech is kind of the go-to place for when you just want to level up. You boost your intelligence and experience as many ways as you can, and you go in and kill a bunch of super mutants. And there are a lot of them, and they're all very high level, and they all respawn pretty quickly. So you can just sit there, and if you really want to, you can grind your way through this. There have been some people who report on like some of the Reddit communities for Fallout that they have been able to complete the entire board just by farming this one site. That's hard for me to imagine, but I have, like the other day I was getting about 1,000 experience per kill. That's a lot in itself. If you do that on a double experience weekend where you're getting over 2,000 experience per kill, like, yeah, that'll carry you through. So sleeping actually gives you an experience boost too. If you're well rested, you'll get a little bit more experience. So we're just going to take a minute out here, take a little nap, listen to the sound of the rain falling gently on the roof. Got a lot of people going back and forth on the team tonight. Oh, look at that. I'm the only one who's actually sharing the perk. Not that I mind. To me, the whole point of the casual team is you don't care about pretty much anything. I am glad to see so many people because, again, you also get an intelligence boost from being on a casual team. The more people that are on there, the more of an intelligence boost you get. So it all helps. It all adds up. And I think I just saw that bonus. Pretty sure. Here, whoop, not there, here. Take a look. We've got well fed, fully hydrated, rested, plus 5%. It varies. There have been times when I've gotten plus 5%. Sometimes you can get up to like plus 25%. Casual team bonus, intelligence plus 3. So right now we're up to 24. Let's take our mentats and then also... good. Yeah, I was going to say, my brain fungus soup is almost gone. Cranberry cobbler, cranberry juice. All that should help. I'll eat some ribs. That doesn't help with experience, but she looked hungry. And now we're up to 31. Not the best, but respectable. It's not bad. Let's get this going. And they're all glowing pink, so I can see where they are. We'll go ahead and start with a volley of grenades. And that's not a sound I want to hear. There we go. Not getting a lot of experience for the guys out here. Typically, the amount of experience you get will go up inside. I think that's partially because you get higher level guys inside, but we'll do what we can. Whoop. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Not yet. And then that secondary explosion that happens sometimes, that's from a legendary perk. I hear a dog coming. There it is. There's a legendary perk you can get that will cause your enemies to explode kind of at random when they die. That explosion can then, if they're in a group, actually do damage to the enemies around them. So you can get kind of a nice cascading effect of one of them dies, they blow up, they kill other ones next to them, they also sometimes blow up. Just about there. I should actually be able to level up just by going in here today. Probably gonna have to go in 10 minutes. Okay, well, I'm glad I caught you. I'm glad you caught the stream. I honestly, I mean, it being a Friday, well, here, Friday night, you know, we already talked about the Friday, Saturday thing. But given the time I'm streaming this stuff, I kind of expected to be sitting here streaming to an empty chat room tonight. So it was nice to have someone to talk to. Yeah. I'm actually going to be done pretty soon here too. I'm not going to, I used to do those much longer, like 5-hour marathon sessions. I try really hard not to do that anymore. Balance. And I still actually have to write today. So one of my rules is that I have to write every single day. And that has helped a lot. Ordinarily I write in the morning. Work has been a bear this week, so I haven't had a chance. So yeah, I've got to go get some writing done after this. Whoop. So everyone get in line. You can also get just a ton of supplies out of here, steel and whatnot, just by scrapping all their guns. Take out the dog first. The dog's annoying me more. Yeah, good talking with you too. Really glad you can shoot through these. Oh, hello. But yeah, I hope you enjoy your day. Hope you have a good one. And if I end up doing this maybe casually now and then on a Friday or Saturday, I hope I see you. And there we go, we leveled up. Are you dead? You're dead. There's a peaceful moment. And I ran out of mentats. There we go. And yeah, I think that's probably it. Oh, is he right up there? Where is he? Oh, he's just outside the room. That's okay. Yeah, I hope to see you again too. There we go. I'll head home, pack it all in, call it a night. Good amount of work done. There are a lot more super mutants in here. I could keep going, but like I kind of met my goal. I don't want to overplay it. Head back into Appalachia. Yeah, I'm actually ordinarily I come out of there and I'm so like loaded up with oh boy, there's more stuff. Come out of there and I'm so loaded up with stuff I can't fast travel. Today was a little bit light. Didn't have to go through the whole place, so I think we're just about ready to head home. A little bit more stuff here to get rid of. Pack all that in. get rid of the stuff I really don't want. Grenades I can sell. We'll just store those away. Anything here. Don't want the glowing meat. Don't want the mutant hound meat. Don't want the spoiled vegetables. That would be my leftover soup. Anyway. And there's probably some ammo I don't want either. Yeah, the mini nukes I don't use for anything. So they're out. Cool. All good. Already did that. Pack away the grenades. We'll just sell later. And we're good. Time to head back to the ranch. This was fun. Man, this is cathartic. I tell you, back when I was originally, when I started doing this, and I was calling it the not writing streams, and there's a certain amount of this when you're trying to figure out the streaming thing. It can be useful to just kind of throw ideas at the wall and see what sticks. And I feel like the idea of someone who writes taking a break to do a stream, not really sticky. Not really the sort of thing that's going to last. That's the other reason I was thinking about, like, if I do this, I should say when I do it. I do want to get back into it. Probably use that other account. 10 ton, just the straight up 10 ton Noggin one. Try to get the face tracking going. Try to make it, add some interactivity to the stream. Try to make it a little more fun. Who's that? Is that a... Oh, that's her. She's in her room. Forgot about that. I might end up using this channel for some stuff, but it would be more straight up writing content. It would be things like reading first chapters from books. I did some typewriter ASMR that I actually got some decent viewer counts on. It'll be more throwing stuff at the wall, but less gaming. I'm just not going to include the gaming as part of that. Just feels like a mismatch. There just isn't. I was kind of hoping there'd be some crossover there, because you get crossover between games in a lot of different areas. It just didn't turn out to work that way. Maybe again down the road, if I build up more of an audience through other means and start to build more of a community, and it turns out then that that's of interest to that community, then sure, why not? Like, I'm not opposed to the idea. But just starting out, probably not. And as long as I've been doing this, I'm still technically just starting out. Let's see, we don't want that. Take off that, that. Take off the armor. I have these rules I have to follow for the role playing. All right. Put her in the shower, and then we'll call it. Say that's it. We'll go ahead and end the stream there. Let's cue up the music. That's not music. Where'd my music go? What's a good exit something? I don't have a good exit something. Let's just use what I was using before. There we go. All right. Well, thanks to everyone who stopped by tonight. Both the people I saw in chat and anyone else who stopped by just to see what we're doing. I'm looking through the logs for the follow here. Ladyless SV, thank you very much for subscribing to the YouTube channel. Really appreciate it. Hope to see you again. But I hope everyone has a good night. Great start to your weekend. Take care. God bless. And we'll see you again soon.